Welcome to Known the Podcast. We're Brooke,
Hannah, and Kenzie,
three friends whose goal is to go deeper into the Word
and to learn about the God that meets us in our everyday lives.
So let's sit, talk, and laugh together as we explore the extraordinary in the ordinary
and discover what it means to know God,
know ourselves,
and make Him known.
Hi, hello, ladies.
And gentlemen.
And gentlemen.
The 20%.
I actually was talking to you two, but now that we've brought you into the conversation as well. Hey, hi, hello.
Hey, hi, hello.
To everyone.
To everyone, every person listening, and the 20%ers. Welcome back to another episode of Known the Podcast, Season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, we are trucking along through the fruit of the Spirit, ladies. How are you guys feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. We're almost done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already got gentleness recorded.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which is going to be such a good episode.
yeah.
Y'all
Anna
are going to
Jones
love.
is on with that one.
Yes.
It's
I was
so
going to
good.
keep it a secret,
Oh.
but yeah, it's Anna.
It's Anna Jones. This is a great time
Sorry.
for you to go listen to her other episode.
Yes.
So that you're
Yeah, that was also
Caught
so
up.
good.
Yeah, let us know how much you've loved the guests that we've had on this season because, man, I just feel like we have had some like heavy hitters,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, like some awesome women of the faith on in this season.
Yeah.
And I do feel like this is going to be one that I'd like go back and listen to at different seasons of life.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Cool. Well, we were trying to decide, should we do a question? Should we not do a question? And they both just told me to ask a question. And so I pulled up a list of them. And the one that made me laugh is, what's your favorite way to eat potatoes? I feel like this would be
That
a
is
short,
funny.
This is a
sweet
great question.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a
Especially
hard
going into
question.
goodness, man.
Mm.
Is there anything better than potatoes?
I think the best thing about potatoes is that they're good in so many different ways.
Yeah.
So
So versatile.
Mhm.
okay, first instinct I'm giving two is fries and mashed.
Ooh.
Classics.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are good.
Hard to go wrong.
I'm going to go like a roasted,
Okay.
garlic roasted potato.
Delicious.
And just like a loaded baked potato with a lot of salt
Ooh.
and butter.
Okay.
Okay.
you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that each of our answers are different.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Because for me, it's like I can get mashed and I can get fries anywhere. If I'm going like my favorite, and I'm a potato girl for a long time, whenever I know this,
potato.
I'm a potato girl. Watch out for merch.
I want that.
For the longest time, when somebody asked me what my favorite food was, my legitimate, honest answer was potatoes.
Mhm.
And I still stand pretty true to that. Twice baked, specifically my uncle's twice baked potatoes.
Okay.
Twice baked is
What is
so
that?
good.
Supreme.
What is that? Like boiled and then mashed, like or crushed and baked?
So you
No.
bake the potato, then you scoop out the inside of the potato,
Okay.
and then you put all of that in a bowl, and then you basically make it however you want to. So my uncle pretty much does everything but the kitchen sink. It's cream cheese, sour cream, butter, chives, cheese,
Okay.
bacon.
Yeah. A
Like-
very luxurious mashed potato.
Yes. And then you
Awesome.
put that back into the shell of the potato, cover the top in cheese, and bake it again.
I would
There-
say I'm probably had something like this, but
Yeah.
that's what I was asking to clarify because
That is a
twice
trend
baked
now.
is like I've seen people boil potatoes and then
Mhm.
mash it and put
Yeah.
it in the oven.
Imagine like a deviled egg or an angel egg, as Hannah and the Line family would call them,
Yes.
Very
but
much.
potato version.
Yes, this sounds delicious.
It-
It sounds so good.
Is so good. So I'd go twice baked, and then also like a good southern fried potatoes in a cast iron skillet, like with the grandma that knows how to do
like
it.
home fries, like
Yeah, but not deep fried. It's like cast iron fried. It's different.
okay.
Pan-
I worked
yeah.
at a southern restaurant,
Yeah.
and that's what it was skillet
Mhm.
based, like
Mhm.
home fries is what we called
I
it.
do think that's the term. It's either pan fried or home fries. That's the term for that.
Not to me. They're very different.
Really?
Very different in my head. Okay, y'all also weigh in this
So
conversation.
I have no
Let us know.
idea what's right. That's
It's all good. Potatoes.
potatoes.
Potatoes equal
Delicious.
delicious. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So we are talking about goodness today. I think that one of the things that has always gotten me about the fruit of the Spirit,
Yeah.
is that it feels like there's some cinnamon.
Sprinkled in.
It feels like there's some synonyms within the fruit of the Spirit.
Okay, yeah.
You know, like I feel like, but wouldn't that be covered under this, or wouldn't that be covered under that? And so I feel like one that often gets placed in those categories are goodness and kindness.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And so one of the things that we want to do today is help differentiate between the two of there is goodness and there is kindness.
Mm-hmm.
And kindness flows out of goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And so one way that I have started to think about it as of less than 24 hours ago,
A revelation.
a revelation, some would say, others would say a podcast, is that kindness is more of an action and goodness is more of like your character and your sense of being and knowledge of the morality of God and the character of God. And then from that goodness flows kindness. And so hearing that yesterday was more of like like my mind opening to the fact of these all, like the fruit of the Spirit coincide together. Like we need all of them.
Yeah.
To have one of them, we really need all of them.
Yeah.
Because you also can't have kindness without self-control and
Right.
so forth.
And you definitely can't have goodness without self-control or
Yes.
faithfulness or
Yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
You're not really good if you're only good occasionally
Yeah.
and not consistently.
Exactly.
And how do you love if you're not showing your love through kindness and
Mhm.
goodness? And
Yeah. So I was thinking about goodness, and I think for me, goodness is the fruit of the Spirit, I guess, paired with love. Those are the two fruit of the Spirit that I correlate the most with God himself. When I think of
Yes.
God, I think, God is love and God is good.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are kind of very basic things. Whereas otherwise, I don't necessarily think about God being self-controlled as much. Of course he
Yes.
is.
Yeah, of
and that's
course.
very important
Yeah.
for the whole scope of humanity. But I feel like goodness and love are the ones that are really grounded in our understanding of
Yeah.
God. And so just to start us out, how do y'all feel like you have experienced or seen God's goodness in your life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. I was thinking about this morning because we've been answering that for every fruit.
Yeah.
And I think without his goodness, how do I say, like, if there's a God that created everything and I believe that he is real, imagine him not being good.
Yeah.
Right? Like if I put my faith and my trust in the creator, but he's not always good,
Yeah.
that's really, really scary. But because he is good, I can put my complete faith and my complete trust in him because he is good.
Yeah.
So I'd say that reminder of everything that is good is from him.
Mm-hmm.
That changes the way that I think and the way that I go through, like I act in my life, is because I can constantly trust in him because he is good.
Yeah, that's good. I think for me, it's probably just been like the protection that I've experienced from him as the years have gone by. And like I think about like different bits and pieces of my testimony and the things that I've walked through, like different traumas, different hurts and things like that. Just looking back and seeing like, wow, he's really protected me from so many what ifs, like, and so many like it could have been so much worse type of situations. And I think just him continually having his hand on my life and allowing me to experience like his goodness in that way is probably like the most that it's been revealed to me of his character.
Yeah. So when I went through one of the hardest seasons of my life, I journaled a lot. Not necessarily a lot, but a lot for me,
Yeah.
And I went back and read through all of those journals a little while after I had gotten married. And a lot of it is filled with my discontentment with where my life was at, with really feeling like the Lord wasn't, like I wanted these things so deeply. I wanted to be a wife. I wanted to be a mother. I wanted these things, and I just felt so stuck. And I really thought that because I wanted it, I wouldn't get it. And at the end, and I was just in such a poor, like emotional and mental state that just really just my angst on these pages. And then at the end of almost every prayer to the Lord was, but I know that you're good and that you're faithful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that you're good and faithful. I know. And I didn't realize that I was writing that on each, like almost every page I turned, it talked about the goodness and faithfulness of God as me reminding myself over and over. And now I am so much better and I am living the life that I longed for. But that is not what has taught me the goodness of God. The goodness of God has been his presence with me.
Yeah.
And that in the moments that are the best and in the moments that are full of longing, to have that constant that you're talking about, Kenzie, of knowing my God is all present. He is all powerful, but he is all good.
Yeah.
That's the kind of God we can be safe with.
Yeah.
That's the kind of God we can serve. You know, I think of that quote from Narnia, where it's like, is he tame? Asking about like the lion that
I know
personifies Jesus, you know, is he tame? And they said, oh no, he's not tame, but he's good.
Yeah.
And that's the God that we serve, not a God that is tame, not a God that is without wrath, but a God that is good.
Yeah.
And that changes everything.
Yeah. It really does. I wanted to read from Psalms 23. It's verse 6. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And not only is our God good, but he pursues us with his goodness. His goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. There's never a day that, like, his mercies are new every morning. There's never a day that I wake up, doesn't matter what I do, but he is always there. His mercies are new every morning. Every morning he's there reminding me of his goodness, reminding me of his faithfulness, no matter what I do.
Yeah.
And that is good.
Yeah.
So with that, when we understand, okay, this is God's character and his goodness is following me, and I dwell in the house of the Lord, how are we characterized by this fruit? Because obviously these are the DNA of God himself. He is these things. But now we are called to be good.
Yeah.
And so what does it look like? What do y'all think it looks like in our lives? What does goodness mean to you?
Yeah, I think really goodness is the Lord living his life through me. Because I mentioned earlier before we started recording, we use the word good a lot.
Yeah.
When it's really overused, because we are not good. Plenty of people would say, oh, they're a good person, but the only goodness in me is Christ living in me and through me. So that goodness, the thought of literally no good can come through me, through my actions, unless I'm connected to the vine, unless I'm walking in step with the Spirit, allowing his character to work inside of me.
Yeah, I think what is so challenging is like whenever we do have, we call them dry seasons, right? Where we're not in the word as much, or we're not in worship as much, and our minds are more distracted. And I think that really reveals humanity to us in a new way. Like what you were saying, just not being connected to the vine, and how detrimental that can be to like mental health, physical health, our outlook on life, the way that we view other people. And I think that the more time that we spend in relationship with the Lord, the more we're reminded of his goodness, and in turn allows that goodness to really dwell inside of us. Because those verses, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever, forever meaning like now,
Yeah,
right? Like
Yeah.
until we get to heaven, like the house of the Lord is indwelling inside of us. And like, it reminds me of a song called Look Around, and the chorus is, what a privilege and what an honor just to dwell inside your house.
Yeah.
In every season, in every moment, or in every season, in every hour, you're faithful then and you're faithful now. And it what a privilege and an honor to dwell in the house of the Lord, not only there, but to dwell in the goodness of who he is. Even in the midst of a very sinful and broken and depraved world, we get to dwell in the goodness of God.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I think there's so much about goodness that is reflective of character, you know, and I think if I'm thinking in my own life of goodness as a fruit of the Spirit, I do think it's what you were saying earlier, Brooke. It is more of an internal and Godward fruit, I would say.
Yeah.
That then, of course, overflows into, if you are good, then that's what you give. You give good.
Yep.
It's like that scripture that says, you know, which of you who are sinful, when your child asks for a fish, would give him a snake? But, you know, even you give good gifts. And so I just think there is such a call in this, because I think it is character. I also think that a part of this is reflective of taking responsibility for our physical, emotional, and mental health, of being good, being okay.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, obviously we have all walked through seasons that have been very difficult and different. There is a lot of grief in the Bible for a reason, you know, like we all walk through these hard things, but I do think that there is a call in this being in the fruit of the Spirit to proactively pursue health in those different areas, because to personify goodness, I think you have to be well.
Yes. Yeah, that's so good, Hannah. One of the ways that I feel like the Lord has shown his goodness to me is just revealing truth to me.
Yeah.
And like at like multiple areas of my life. You know, we think there are people that don't believe that absolute truth exists, but we believe in a God that is the embodiment of absolute truth, right?
Yeah.
And so that means that there's original intent, there's original design, there's original everything that we have the opportunity to live by as long as we are in communion and community with his Spirit.
Yeah.
And so if we are asking him and seeking his truth, like he will provide that to us.
Yeah.
And one of the ways that he's revealed truth to me, especially in the last couple of years, has just been around the food that I'm eating. Like I even think about the testimony of a friend that's close to all of us saying, like, you know, I was really struggling with ADD and ADHD and was praying hard about it. Like, Lord, I just can't focus. I can't keep up. I need you to show me what I need to do. And something about food dyes pops up on their feed.
Yeah.
And it completely revolutionized the way that they see food and understand like that the Lord has like provided food as like a source of like refreshment for our bodies. And it's not just something to be enjoyed. Like that we get so much from our food that not only like fuels our body and gives us energy, but it's building our brain, right? Yeah. And if it's building our brain and we have more clarity of mind, we're then able to focus better on what relationship looks like, not just with other people, but with the Lord as well. I just feel like that's so powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because ultimately goodness is God's character. Like what I was saying earlier, there's no way for us to will ourselves to be good without him. But there is a level of personal responsibility where we have to choose.
Yes.
We have to choose to act in goodness. We have to choose to pay attention to what we're eating. We have to choose maybe to pay attention to our thought lives. Like what is there a pattern there that needs to be stopped for you to live well.
Yeah.
And yeah, food. And I mean, it even goes back to the creation story. Like, it is good. He has given out. There's a verse that I wanted to read. It's 2 Peter 1:3. His divine power has given us everything required for life and godliness through the knowledge of him who called us by his own glory and goodness. So he's given us everything that we need for life and godliness through nothing that we've done, but through his glory and goodness. And I just love that. I think about that verse every day almost.
I love that. Meditating on the word.
Because to me, this verse really connects the knowledge of him, so knowing him, and then everything. He is good, and it's all for his glory. But then he's also giving us everything that we need, which is our personal responsibility.
Right.
We have to choose to access it. We have to choose to maybe have vegetables instead of fries. Like, I know that's such a silly example, and potatoes are great. They're good.
They're
We
so
talked
good
about
for
that
you.
earlier.
Yes.
No
But,
potato slander on
yeah,
the podcast.
No, definitely not. We're not against carbs or potatoes. I think I can speak for known when I say that. But maybe it is building a balanced meal. Maybe it's blood sugar regulation. Maybe you need to eat your protein first when you sit down to have a meal. There's lots of studies that show even eating your carbs and your protein, even just picking like greens and fats and proteins and eating them first, and then eating your carbs last, has a much better impact of blood sugar regulation and insulin,
which
in
in
our
turn
body.
gives you clarity of mind.
Exactly.
And even outside of food, like maybe it's getting an accountability partner. Maybe it's seeking counsel from one of your pastors. Maybe it's going to therapy and getting an outside look at your life. There's so much that just taking the personal responsibility, like you said, over your own emotions, your own actions, can do not only for like your healing, but your sanctification as a whole. And whenever we become more sanctified, we embody more of the goodness of God.
Yeah. I think, I don't know if this is just in our culture or if it's just a human problem, but I do think that we try and really segment this of either saying these are the spontaneous gift of God and I'm just waiting around for them, fruit of the spirit, you know, I'm not doing anything. Or we go into the realm of legalism of I have to make myself these things in order to earn God's favor and approval. And I think the real answer is neither and both.
Yeah.
Right? Because like you were saying, Kenzie, these things are freely accessible to us through the free gift of salvation.
Yeah.
You know, and they are the fruit of the Spirit. The Spirit of God is alive in us. If these are a fruit, the Spirit is the tree.
Yeah.
You know, growing inside of us. But I was reading in 2 Timothy 1, it says, "For this reason, I remind you to fan into flame the gift of God, which is in you through the laying on of my hands. For God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control." And so there is that personal, it's there.
Yeah.
And it's our responsibility and our privilege and our call to fan into flame and to walk in the calling set before us.
Yeah.
These are not things we create, but they are things that we choose whether or not to participate with.
That's really good. I love that you said both and, because my mind immediately went to surrender and then do.
Yes.
So it's not, oh, I need, because I've been on both sides 100%. And any given day, I might be on one side or the other, but it really comes down in my head to, when you say both and, it's surrender and then do, surrender and then act. Get surrender to the character and get to know God, know who he is, know what you believe about him, because then that is going to affect your actions. It's going to affect how you live your life. It's going to affect how you let the fruits work
Yeah.
in you.
And this is why spending time in the Word, spending time with the Lord, and then being in a community of believers is so important.
Yeah.
Because I know for me, I feel most challenged and encouraged in these areas when I spend time with people who are embodying the goodness of God,
Yeah.
who are walking out that character.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be more like them.
Yeah.
You're naturally gravitated to that, and you're like, wow, I want to be like that. When you spend time with the Lord and you know the goodness of God, we want to be like that. We want to be, I don't want to be fickle. I don't want to be abusive. I don't want to be manipulative. I want to be well.
Yeah.
And I want to be in a right standing place with God and be able to walk in these things. Goodness is a hard one to fake because it's internal.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to fake external things with other people and do it out of a heart of wickedness. When you're talking about your character, what you're doing when no one is watching, we have to walk in this. It's not, you can't fake it till you make it. Like, this is one of those, you're either cultivating it or you're not.
Yeah. I think along with that, and not to be a Debbie Downer, but I think along with that, we have to also realize that we are not as good as we think that we are.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, no, I think that's good.
And because we are not as good as we think we are, there will always be a necessity for the Lord indwelling in our hearts and in our minds. I think that, like, whenever I hear people talk that are outside of the church, I've heard a lot of like, well, I know plenty of good people that don't believe in God. And so why would I change the way that I live just to like try to live up to the expectation of some guy in the sky and all these things? And I think that as God's creation, we are all born with an innate morality, you know, because we're all created in the image and the likeness of God. But I'm reminded of these verses in Hebrews. It's chapter 8. It says, "For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, declares the Lord. I will put my laws into their minds and write them on their hearts, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And they shall not teach each one his neighbor and each one his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them to the greatest. For I will be merciful toward their iniquities, and I will remember their sins no more." And so that itself is a prophecy out of the book of Jeremiah. But it's written in Hebrews as a reminder to new believers that this is the new covenant with the Lord under Jesus, that his word will be in our minds and written on our hearts.
Yeah.
And from that is what flows goodness, whether you're a believer or not. Right? Like, you are made in the image of God, whether you believe in him or not. And so your sense of goodness is still flowing from the Creator, whether you acknowledge it or not.
Right.
But it goes back to what you were saying of, are we going to cultivate that more?
Yeah. Which means making the hard choice.
Yes.
Which means depriving yourself, which means choosing to do the right thing when you don't want to, which means faithfulness and in the mundane, you know, you make the small right choice over and over, and you pray. You know, there's nothing in us that is good apart from him. You've been talking about that this whole season, Brooke, about how eternity with God is everything good. And hell is the complete absence of it. And we have no idea. We take for granted the goodness of God in every area. I just think, like, how good it is to sit. You know what I mean? Like, you've had a long day on your feet and you're like, I just need to sit down. This is so good. None of that. Like, just think about everything good in your life. Gone. Rest, gone. The beauty of nature,
gone.
Yeah.
That is, I have chills. Like, that's terrifying and it makes me want to cry.
No, really.
But that's so, go ahead. Sorry.
No, please.
No, my brain's just like shaking in my skull right now.
No, I'm continuing with the same thought. It's like, I think about drinking my coffee outside in the mornings. Like that to me is good.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee.
No creation, no coffee in my hand.
Yeah.
Like that is, yeah. Okay. So I love all of that. And I love what you were saying. And I don't think that you're being a Debbie Downer at all, because ultimately we do have to choose, like both of you guys are saying, like I've said, but when we don't make the right choice, or when something hard is happening, our lack just points us to the cross.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? When we can't be good, it just shows us why we need a savior, why we need Jesus. I wanted to read these verses in Psalms. It's kind of a couple verses. So it's 25 and then 4 through 10. Make me to know your ways, O Lord. Teach me your paths. Lead me in your truth and teach me. For you are the God of my salvation. For you I wait all the day long. Remember your mercy, O God, and your steadfast love, for they have been from of old. Remember not the sins of my youth, or of my transgressions, according to your steadfast love. Remember me for the sake of your goodness, O Lord. Good and upright is the Lord. Therefore, he instructs sinners in the way. He leads the humble in what is right and teaches the humble his way. All the paths of the Lord are steadfast, love, and faithfulness for those who keep his covenant and his testimonies.
I just think about how many fruit of the Spirit are mentioned in that psalm.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's not even the full psalm. That's just the middle, roughly the middle.
Wow. David just got it.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
He knew the Lord.
Yeah.
I think the closer we get to the Lord, the more time we walk with him. I know this is true in my life.
Mm-hmm.
The more time I've walked with the Lord, the more I have realized how sinful I am.
Yeah.
And how much I need him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I hope that will continue every day of my life.
Yeah.
That I will forever be growing in my understanding of what the Lord has done for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't mean beating yourself up over, we also don't want to like make light his sacrifice by just saying, oh, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy, but he did it.
Yeah.
And he's worthy.
Yeah. He's
of
made
the
way.
praise.
Yeah.
And that's that line. It says what was it? He leads sinners in the way, or he instructs sinners to his way.
Yeah. That's what I was going to read verse 8 again.
Yeah.
Good and upright is the Lord. Therefore, he instructs sinners in the way.
Oh,
so good.
It's so good that goodness and mercy coming after us.
Yeah.
Led us to himself to walk out. Even as we're walking the narrow road, even as we're going through the trials of this life, even the fact that we're on the path is a result of his goodness. Even the fact that there is a path to God.
Yeah.
That the veil was torn, that he is indwelling inside of us. All of this is a reflection of the goodness of God.
Yeah. And I really love verse 8 too, because it touches on something that we haven't really talked about, but he instructs sinners in the way. And I think about correction, like how his correction is good and upright. Like, and it's good for us to be corrected.
Mm-hmm.
It's not discipline in a shameful way, but it's discipline in let me fix your gaze and set you on the right path. Like, let me show you the good and upright way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might I recommend everyone go listen to Goodness of God, sung specifically by Miss Cece Winans. It's been the soundtrack of my life for the past 3 years. And I share it with you.
Yeah. Have you all ever heard of that song before?
You have to listen to her sing it, though. It's different.
Yeah.
You need someone a little bit older to sing it, She's also been through some hard things in her life, and she served the Lord.
Yeah.
Testimonies.
Testimonies.
Yeah. Cece, if you're listening,
I would love to have.
we'd love to have you on the pod.
Well, this was great. Fantastic.
Good even.
Good.
Overused.
If you thought this was good, go leave us a 5-star review, or even okay. If good is overused, give us 5 stars for okay.
Yeah.
This is so silly, but you can give us 5 stars every time that you listen. It's not like, oh, I've rated them. Done. You can like scroll down and like the video on YouTube every time. That helps us. You can scroll down on the podcast app and give us 5 stars each time, whether you write the words or not. And that helps us tremendously because it tells these big platforms that we're worth listening to.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I know that we've mentioned that quite a bit in this season, but we obviously want to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Which means that we need your help to grow and to get our podcast in more ears. And ultimately, it's all about bringing glory to the Lord. Yeah. And we want to do this as long as his hand is on it. And so if you feel like the Lord's hand is on this podcast and he's used this to bring encouragement to you, help us get it to more people.
Yeah.
And for that, we would be very grateful and very appreciative. But before you do that, if you have to pause this video, go read your Bible.
Yes.
Yes.
Because that's so much more important than any 5-star review, follow, or subscribe. You know, that's the whole situation. Read your Bible.
Read your Bible.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.